favorite movie though?
My
Or top
favorite
two if you
movie?
had it. Yeah, yeah,
I don't know. I used to think it was Saving Private Ryan, but then I kind of grew out of that movie. I think. I mean, it's still good, but it's probably not my
yeah, yeah.
favorite. I don't know.
My buddy always says The Terminal, and I think that's the most interesting answer.
The
You know The
Terminal.
Terminal with yeah, you know that one?
No, I've never
With
heard of it.
fuck, Tom Hanks. And he's playing like an Eastern European dude who is stuck like he doesn't really have a green card because he goes on a plane and his country stops existing. And it's not like a great movie or anything, but it's solid and it's just kind of right down the middle and it's a pretty interesting little flick.
Hmm. I mean, it
And
sounds
yeah, that one's a
interesting.
fun one. Have you seen 28 Days Later?
No, that's another one that I need to watch though.
Ah,
Like I ended up
yeah,
watching a couple movies. Like I watched Adventureland this weekend, and for some reason,
yeah.
I thought that movie was somehow related to Zombieland, but it's not. So
Well, because did they both? Oh no, no, one had Eisenberg and one had
they
fucking
both have Jesse
Facebook guy.
Eisenberg. I swear to
Oh,
God.
do they?
Yeah,
I
and they're
thought.
both set in theme parks.
Yeah,
It,
yeah, because the one had Woody Harrelson and then the other had. It wasn't Bateman. Was it Jason Bateman?
I don't think Jason Bateman. Ryan Reynolds was in Adventureland though. It's like Ryan
Eventually.
Reynolds
Well,
and what's his
who was
name?
the boss guy though?
You mean
Yeah,
the guy from Lost?
maybe. Who was the boss guy?
Oh, the
He
boss
played. No,
dude.
was it an SNL guy?
Yeah, it was the
Bill
in
Hader, right?
Adventureland. Yeah, it was Bill Hader. I'm pretty sure he
Yeah.
might have been in both. I wouldn't be surprised. He's been in so much random stuff.
I did like the cameos that were in Zombieland a lot. That was
Yeah,
pretty
no,
good with Bill
they were
Murray's
pretty
house and
great.
everything.
So Gotard, we're like I said, we're gonna transition slowly into Dota discussion. But it's always good to not talk about Dota for at least a little bit because of all the stuff that's been happening this week.
Sorry, 1 second, I'm dying.
Okay. You gotta stop drinking so much alcohol during these interviews.
Okay.
You know, congratulations on one of your players becoming a com mod, I guess. How
I
do
know,
you feel
right?
about that?
I mean, it's just going to be real easy to rig because we can tilt everyone by having him, ban people and chastise them publicly
Well, I don't think he has
right
the
before
power
the
to
game.
ban, but
Well, he can chastise though. It'll be helpful. I think.
it'll okay. You know, that's
I've
a
got a
solid
4-step plan. Yeah, yeah, I've got a 4-step plan going into it. I just need to see who we play next week.
strat. Okay.
What's funny though is Red isn't even back. I haven't heard from him since that was announced, so I don't know if he's aware yet. I think he's moving actually.
Oh. Well, hopefully he has decent internet where he goes to.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
know,
he missed our last week's game, so I think that's why he was setting up his house and internet and stuff.
mhm. Very important stuff to get set
Yeah.
up correctly. Anyways, our team has had issues with that over the course of
Yeah.
the season. I'm sure everybody sort of runs into that. Though it's the most frustrating thing to deal with.
Yep. Yeah, I had Rementoire last season who had just the weirdest intermittent ping issues, and he would spike up to like 400, like unplayable levels, and then just wouldn't be able to play in the game for like 15-minute spats a time. It was pretty terrible.
Mhm.
And I would always ask him like to try certain things, so I work in tech, and he would never run any of it. So he would just be like, no, it's fine, I'll fix it.
Yeah, no, the golden rule is just restart it, and then other than that, you're pretty much screwed. So.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into some of your other players, though. We're gonna talk
Yeah.
about Madsen first. Is
Oh yeah.
certified memer in the in Discord chat. I would say.
Oh,
I don't know if
Oh,
you
yeah.
agree with that.
I definitely agree. He's the Bosnian legend, man. You gotta love Madsen. Dadson is kind of his real appropriate name
Okay,
because he's Papa Dadson.
Papa Dadson. All right. But he's the carry player for you guys.
Yeah.
He's had a couple seasons in RD2L. I was kind of surprised because I had never seen him in RD2L before. Do you think some of that experience kind of helps your team grow and become better?
I think to a degree, yeah. I think he is. He's got some good insight and everything like that. He's not really like the shot caller in really the earlier late game. He's more of just if he hears something or thinks of something that's going to go badly. A lot of players, they don't like to do the proactive, I want you to do this and that. But when they see something bad, they'll yell at it. Just
Yeah.
say, don't do that. That's a bad idea. And he in general just kind of plays his own game like that. And it's pretty funny too because I think I picked him as like the day I picked him, tri-lanes died, and he's definitely more of a tri-lane carry than like a dual lane carry. And it fits his play style a lot more to have kind of freer lanes and free farm.
Mm.
But he's such a strong pick. I was a little bit surprised I got him in the position I did. That yeah, I mean he kind of powers through it. He always has pretty excuse me, pretty terrible early games, and still powers through it pretty impressively, I guess. He always ends up with a way better KD and like farm than his laning stage should allow.
Yeah, and you guys have been, sort of maybe in order to adjust him to that sort of dual lane kind of experience, been
Yeah.
picking him a lot of Clinks, Jug, Slug.
Mhm.
Heroes that I would say are a little bit better at getting XP and being able to use it.
Yeah. I'm amazed that people run Spectre in RD2L because it seems like so much of the meta is just bullying the carry. Because it used to be bullying the mid. You used to sit a whole hero mid for a while,
Yeah.
and now it's just to like put the meanest 2 heroes in the offlane you can.
Yeah, I hate that that's the strat now, but it is. Maybe after TI that'll change, but
Yeah, well, when we started too, I was trying to draft tri lanes to try to fight that, but it was so inefficient. I completely gave up and just did whatever.
Do you think
Do
Madsen
what the Romans
has
do.
transitioned pretty successfully over to dual lane core?
I mean, he always. It's funny because I keep thinking that if I ever hear Madsen have a really good time in the safe lane or like a good game, we're gonna dominate it. Because I think in every single official and scrim and pretty much every game we've played, and probably that I've played with him, he has had the most frustrating. You'll ask him how the game is going 2 minutes in, and he's gonna say, "Oh, it's fucking terrible. I can't farm. I can't do this. I'm having an awful time." And then 5-7 minutes in or whatever, you ask him how it's going again. He's just like, "It's terrible. They're free farming. I can't do anything." And he usually exaggerates it a little bit, but you can tell he's kind of from the era of the tri lane. I want free farm and nothing.
Yeah.
I don't want to be contested at all. So it's been rough for him. But the nice thing about Madsen is that he tilts really hard, but he never really lets it play. Like he doesn't show it in his play very much at all, which is kind of impressive because how annoyed he seems to be a lot of times with the game. He usually plays like if you were to separate his voice and his play, you really couldn't tell that he was tilted just by watching the game most of the time.
All right, well, at least you got some PMA gamers on your seat. Well, maybe not the most PMA, but as long as if you're tilting and it's sound affecting your gameplay, who cares, right?
Yeah, and he doesn't like rage at anyone is the really nice thing. He'll get annoyed by mistakes just like anyone will, but he's a pretty relaxed dude, and him and I get along on some certain wavelengths. Like we like some of the same music, and I don't know, I just like the dude. He's pretty chill. But yeah, even when he gets a little bit annoyed or mad or anything, the worst thing he's gonna do is just get really quiet, which really doesn't affect the rest of the team, and he still plays well, so it's whatever.
Your second pick, he has a bunch of symbols in his name that don't actually load on Dota Buff, so we're just going to call him Jake because it's in the center of the name there. It's also the picture from Adventure Time. So
yeah, it's hard to search for it too because there's like thousands of Adventure Time people that played it.
Oh yeah, and literally the only way I can find this guy is through the draft sheet. So he's like hiding from the FBI or something like that.
Yeah, he's a sneaky little dude.
Anyway. Sneaky little dude. I don't know how that helps him be a good mid player. He's playing a lot of Zeus for you guys, and actually in the last 3 games he's played it for you guys, he's undefeated. Is that just good hero, or is that one of his stronger heroes?
It's definitely one of his stronger heroes. I think it's a good hero. It's always been a really good hero in RD2L. I think even before it was, because it's been like buffed. I want to say the last like 3 or 4 patches, right? Like I don't remember.
It hasn't
like
been
maybe
touched.
A small nerf recently.
Yeah,
but...
no, I think he's OP, and then he just hasn't been touched forever.
Yeah. Because he's not getting picked in pros,
in
pro games, so they're just ignoring it. But yeah, he's been a pub stomper for so long, and I always think he's done really well in RD2L. And he's definitely one of my comfort like picks as just a drafter and a captain. I really like that hero, and anytime I'm forced to play mid, I like running him as well. So I have a lot of experience with him. But yeah, his pub win rate with Zeus is insane. I think it's one of his highest too. And the funny thing about Jake though is that he's a Peruvian dude, and he's a young guy, and he's real nice, but it's just goofy to play with him. And I had no idea at drafting because he's never played in the Peruvian servers. He's always played US East. And when I picked him, we finally got him in Discord. It took a while, and I'm sure I might get into that a little bit later with Roy, but it took a while to get like my second and third pick on. And when we finally did, he said, "Okay, no racism, but I'm from Peru." We were like, "No, man, it's fine, it's fine." But he definitely plays like a young, teenage Arteezy star. He just wants to go mid and play one hero and just have fun and stomp with it. And he gets all hype when he gets kills. It's pretty fun to play with him.
Mm-hmm. And I don't want to downplay his other heroes either. Like his last 2 games he played for you guys, even though you guys lost the first game, had a pretty solid game on Sniper, going 18-8 and 12.
Oh yeah.
And then Viper going 11-1 and 21. Both games super strong.
Mm-hmm.
Is he kind of a mid player that you just expect to win his 1v1, or does he need some ganks in order to get taken off?
He really doesn't. The thing about him though is I can't fit a type of hero into the draft. I'm starting to realize, especially, and I think it's partially like him as a player, and then the type of matchups I guess we deal with, and how he like our team in general works with it. But I kind of just have to give him whatever the hell he wants, and I hate it. But I'm slowly starting to realize, like, whatever, man. I'm just gonna ride or die on this kid's like whatever one hero he tells me to pick. And yeah, like it's straight up when we're in the draft sheet. I'll throw out like 2 or 3 heroes, and some of them are really basic and have stuns and lane well and whatever it might be. And he'll just go, no, 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 I want Viper. I want Viper.
Okay.
Give me Viper. And he'll spam it in chat too. Like he won't even use the mic. He'll just type, pick this hero in chat like 50 times. And I've kind of given in. I tried to play him on Dragon Knight one time and it was some of the worst shit ever. I didn't think that hero was too complicated, but he did not. I don't think he tilts if I don't give him his hero, but he definitely does not enjoy it as much. And so if I can keep him happy, I think he's going to win his lane.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think even against way stronger players, like he was Ancient 5 at draft, Ancient 3 now, I think, or 2 or something. But he's a hell of a mid, honestly. He's pretty impressive. I think he probably loses a lot of games to like tilting and like pub mentality stuff of like if he doesn't get mid, I'm sure he's just going to be pissed.
Yeah.
So
gosh, you know what? I was gonna say something, but I completely forgot it. So we'll jump.
Jake or Zeus or something.
Yeah, well, you guys are dirty Zeus pickers, of course.
Yeah.
Here,
and Viper pickers, dude. That's dirty as hell too.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not too mad at the Viper anymore because that was
Yeah,
a long time ago when he used to be so
Yeah.
cancer. I don't think he's as bad now. But
He's not.
So is he like the person that you're kind of picking last for then, so he can get his counter?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, if somebody picks mid early, I will, just pick a response to it generally. It's tricky if it's a flex pick, but yeah, usually I'm going to try to get him last pick. I mean, the tricky thing is too, Madsen, I would like to ideally get last pick, but you can normally, like, I feel like in the off lane, the 2 heroes you're going to face in the off lane are almost always like 1 and 2 or 1, 2, and 3 picked. Like they're picked really early in the stage.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I usually will try to get him like a counter pick if I can help it.
And speaking of that off lane, we mentioned him in a little bit in Roy. If you wanted to talk a little bit about, a little bit of uncommitted kind of players.
Yeah. So Roy, and he's not especially bad, but just in general, like the combo of Roy and Jake, when I drafted them, it was kind of a risk because they're both new to the season. Like there was no history on them, nothing at all on them. I didn't think either of them were Smurfs or anything weird about it, but I just knew they were brand spanking new. So I knew it was like kind of a big risk. But in my head, I'm like, worst case scenario, I'll just get a stand-in. Like they're not, or a free agent. They're not going to, reply or whatever. I'll get a free agent after a few days and then we'll be good. But they both responded, and it just took them forever to respond, kind of get on Discord. And, we didn't scrim for so long. We still don't play a ton anymore, but it's getting a little bit better and better. But yeah, they were both just really hard to get on board for officials and stuff. And I know when I messaged, I think Jake and Roy, both of them were kind of like, "Oh yeah, I forgot I signed up." And I had to explain to Jake like what RD2L was again and stuff. I was just like, "Yeah, no, man, it's like you signed up for it. It's like a league on Reddit. We played Dota competitively, like amateur level, but still." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot I did that." But they were right. But they were both down to play, and I kind of roll with the punches, and so I was down to. I didn't want to kick anybody unless it was kind of absolutely necessary, and they sort of rode the line between like, I'll kind of show up.
Yeah.
But no, Roy's a really nice dude. It's funny because when we started the season, I don't think he said in like our first scrims or something, he might have said 5 words, and that was pretty much when directly asked. And now he's like a little bit of a chatterbox, and it's awesome because he's really opened up and he seems to be enjoying it a good bit.
Sounds like you guys as a team have adapted really well to that then, which is good. And not to hate on anybody too much. So we're going to talk a little bit about his play. He's been practicing a lot of Void recently. I know you guys have picked it for him twice. I think, the first game this week and the second game last week. Is that good offlane hero, you think? We don't see it very much.
Well, I think it's really good offlane hero. It's a real comfort pick for him though. Like he's a flex core. Like I'm kind of a flex player. I play pretty much every role. And Roy plays like every role, or like a pretty wide range of heroes in just about every core role. And so he doesn't have a ton of offlane heroes that he's really strong with, but Void is one of them. And I think Void's a reasonable hero for RD2L. The trick about that is though, you can't be known for picking Void because it's really easy to counter and it's kind of easy to deal with if you're expecting it, but you need to have it as a pocket. So it's definitely something I'm going to keep in my pocket, but I don't want to spam it too much. But yeah, he's a really strong void player, and I think he plays it a little bit more like a one, so it kind of works out well in the dual lane meta. Because if I can pick some ADZ hero like Skywrath and do well in offlane for him, like we can essentially have 3 full-on cores instead of 2 cores and an initiator.
Sounds like a solid strategy you got laid out there. Definitely better than some of the strategies I have come up with, at least. He sounds like kind of a shade doctor kind of player where he's going to carry you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely can. I just got to get him and it's still a work in progress, honestly, because we haven't had a ton of time to scrim or play pubs or anything together. And with everyone being so flaky and weird on their schedules, like I said, it's been getting better, but it's not the easiest team to get scrim scheduled again. I think actually, shout out to USS Guam because I had to cancel a scrim on already today.
I think I had to cancel on a couple times, so I don't feel too bad about that.
Yeah.
It's a really good time of year for you guys to start really figuring things out because we only have 2 weeks left, and pretty much everybody makes the playoffs except for I think 12 teams, but 12 out of 35 is
well, and then how many disbanded too? 5 already disbanded or something crazy?
Something like that, yeah. And I'm surprised we're getting so many disbands this late in the season, but it is what it is.
I don't know. I think with this many teams though, because I feel like we always got a couple, but 2 or 3 it seems like. But since we have more teams than I've ever seen, it's kind of it's going to be expected.
Yeah,
I guess to have a little bit
with
more
players.
And more new players too.
Yeah. Your 4th pick, Red HQ, recent combat, as mentioned earlier. Shout out to him.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't unfortunately play last week, but he does play a lot of Venge for you guys, and I was kind of piqued my curiosity because that's again another hero we haven't seen too much in pro play. Can you explain the reasoning behind that pick?
Yeah. No, Venge is. I think Venge is really dope. I think she's pretty good in RD2L. I mean, she's probably not the best professional player or professional hero kind of thing. But I think she's a really strong hero, and she's another one that's I feel like hasn't gotten a nerf in quite a while. Maybe she got a small nerf when she was played as a carry a lot, but support Venge is still pretty good. And honestly, it's a good one for Red because Red likes heroes that he can just bully the shit out of people with. Like his favorite thing, I played against him in Tiny, I think, and his favorite thing in the world is zoning offlaners, and he's another victim of the tri-lane meta going out. He's definitely a better tri-lane support than a dual lane support, I would say. But he's still a good aggressive support, and he wants to bully people in lane. So a hero like Venge is dope because if you die, you just have illusions that chase him down, and then Madsen gets a triple kill. So it's all gravy with that hero.
Works out pretty well. Recently been playing a lot of Sand King as well.
Yeah.
Just kind of those team fight sort of heroes with Warlock a little bit.
Yeah, and our 4 position has been a really really weird one because I'm not a natural 4. I'm a much better 5 than a 4. The dual lane meta actually helped me a little bit with that because I can just pick a normal 5 position and go offlane with him, and just play it greedier than anything. So it worked out well for me. But yeah, we don't have a Tusk player or your average kind of run at U4 position. I've got some pocket heroes that I play sort of like that, but Sand King is kind of a middle ground for us. That way, especially if we don't have my 2nd or 3rd pick, I can play Red as a 4 and Unegu as a 5, and I can go offlane or mid or something.
Yep. Your last pick, Onegu. Did you know he was friends with Red before the season
started? Yeah. Red's the only reason I knew about the dude. I think this is his first season in the league as well, although it doesn't seem like it. I guess just because he knows Red, but
I think it is, yeah. Because the only other league he's played in, unless he had a Smurf, was in the Kiev Major Open Qualifier, which is long.
Oh, yeah. I didn't talk to him about that, but I think I saw that at one point. It was just I was looking through heroes that he had played recently, and I think it was just he lost his first round or something in the Kiev, and I was like, oh, R.I.P. No, Onegu is a really nice dude, yeah, friend of Red's, and him and Red actually are the most PMA nicest dudes. If they were more arrogant or flamey or annoying, our team probably wouldn't survive. Because we have a little bit of an ego with me, we have a little bit of an ego with Madsen, and we have not too much of an ego, but definitely something there with Jake. So I think a couple more of those would just kill us. But they're really friendly, competent, helpful. They don't tilt. They're always kind of upbeat in games and everything, and so they're a lifesaver. Okay. God bless those two.
You also said he has the secret coach as well. Do you think he's been improving with that throughout the season?
Yeah, dude, honestly, if you look at his stats, because he's I always forget the ranks, honestly. What is like below the top three? What is I think he's Crusader 1. Is that the one?
Uh,
He is
Gosh, I don't know. I think it goes Legend, Archon, Crusader,
Crusader. I
Herald.
think he's Crusader 1. Like he's Crusader 1 in this new MMR. I don't know what he was before. He was like Crusader 3 or 4, I think.
Mhm.
But no, he actually just I haven't seen him play anything else really but 5. I guess I've seen him play offlane ones. He's a really passive player, which works kind of well with red. And I like that because I can draft passive heroes really easily. You know, like Lich is a good one,
Yeah.
Venge isn't too bad, Bane's a decent one, things like that. But like if you look at the numbers he puts on the board, just as far as like KD and kind of levels and support item spot and stuff like that, he's got to be one of the most value 5 picks I think in the whole league so far, because he really, like, usually you expect your 5 to feed a lot more, like your 5th pick at least to feed a lot more, and he usually has one of the lower kills. And I mean he's passive, but he uses his spells. You know, if you can get a 5 position that's a low MMR to use their spells and don't feed, you're golden. And so he's been really great for that.
Yeah, works out well for that position.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 5th pick, 5th position is usually how it goes, but
Yeah.
it's great that it's working out for you guys so far. That's going to conclude interview portion.
Yeah.
I know you probably prepared for this just by nature, doing the Dota Buff quiz. Made it a little frosty this week. You'll see what
Ooh.
that means in a bit with all these questions, or maybe
I was
after
joking about
this
the
question.
meepo, by the way. I'm sure you saw that.
Oh yeah, that's not even close. That's already
I hate that
minus
hero.
one. All right,
Sorry.
Gotard.
Yep.
Let's do this. Question
Yeah.
number 1. Well, I guess are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Question number 1. I have to ask because you
Yeah.
know you can't just answer questions out of nowhere. Question number 1. What is your overall, all-time KDA with Lich? And
KDA with Lich.
that is kills plus assists divided by deaths.
I don't know if it's north of 3 or north of 4, I guess. I want to say it's high 3 or low 4. I'm going to say like 401 or something like that.
It is you are a little bit too humble there. It is 5.43 actually.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Carry Lich.
Well, I think my Phantom Assassin is worse than that. To be fair, I do cheat because I play Lich Core a little bit. I play him mid sometimes on a blue moon, and I play him offlane a good bit.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple of different times. Maybe we'll come up later. Question number 2. What is your most amount of kills with Lich? So your record number for kills.
I don't know that it's that high. 22 or 3 maybe.
14, a little bit too
Really?
opposite
Wow.
of last
Holy
question.
Shit.
Yeah.
Is that really it? I'm surprised.
It happened in 2013, a long time ago.
That's bad. That must have been like a 2K game or something.
Yeah, but it will probably
when I started out,
way
too.
way back when. That's
I think I
basically
started in
when
2013.
Yeah. Question number 3. What is your highest win rate item on Lich? And technically there's 2, but I'm just going to tell you the second one. It's Bot's Recipe for some reason. I don't know why you have that. According to Dota Buff, you've played 9 matches with it and have a 100% win rate. So I have no idea what's going on there. It might just be a glitch, but actual item.
Like a completed item.
Yes, actual completed item.
Okay.
It has the same amount of matches and win rate as bots.
So it cannot be Moonshard, I don't think, because I build that a lot and I lose with it sometimes. I still like the build, but fuck. And I build Hurricane Pike too much. I want to say Bloodthorn maybe, but I feel like I've lost with that too. Fuck it, Bloodthorn.
It's Bloodthorn, 9 matches, 100% win rate.
Ooh, yeah. Because I bet you what it is I probably lost matches when I just had to work it, right? Because I couldn't complete it.
Yeah, because you couldn't actually farm it, and then when you're actually stopping is when you can build it.
Yeah, that's when I finish it. Yeah.
So question number 4: how many recorded matches with Lich?
Oh, I should know that. Wait, recorded should be the same number. I think because here's the weird thing: I play breadth, not depth. So I don't have a ton of games in one hero.
Yeah.
He's my most played. By like probably 20 or 30, I think he's like 158, I want to say.
He is, if I go back to your overview actually, so he's your number 1 by about 22.
Okay.
What was your guess again?
158.
Okay. It's higher than that.
Is it in the 200s?
No, it's a little.
Okay. Weird. 168? I don't know.
All right, 188. Your Rubik
Oh wow.
is at 156, so that would have been
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
But
Okay.
188 for Lich.
Okay.
And you actually, your entire list of heroes for like on Dota buff are all above 100, and that's pretty impressive. So,
Yeah. It's weird because it's a straight line almost. If you look at the whole thing of
oh
like
yeah,
played heroes, it's almost like a perfectly straight
the
diagonal
biggest
line.
drop is from Lich to Rubik.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
I love that hero. If he wasn't so meta right now and like so keeps getting buffed, I wouldn't play
well,
him so
he's
much.
always been strong just because of the creep
Yeah.
denial too. So
Oh yeah.
maybe a hero that's always in the meta. All right, question number 5: total
Yeah.
amount of time played on Lich all time. This would be in terms of days,
Oh.
hours, minutes.
Oh, that's interesting. So, what'd you say? 180 something games. Jeez. What is? Let's see. I'm gonna say 4.5 days.
Four. That's a close guess.
What was it?
It's more than that. I'll give you another one because this is like a pretty
Five,
hard.
5.7.
Wait, 5.7.
Yeah, 5.7.
You're making this hard for me. It's actually like 5.48 because it's
Okay,
5 hours, 11 hour, or 5 days, 11 hours, 57 minutes.
That wasn't too bad. That
Yeah,
was,
it was close. You're a little bit,
could've
a
been
little bit
worse.
more. I mean, I
Yeah,
wouldn't like if you asked me any of those on
Yeah.
like my most played hero.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I maybe would have gone two. So
It's funny because I run it long. Like I run Lich games a lot longer than most people, I would imagine. Just because I like to play him as a core, and I really like getting like huge items stuff. Like I can out carry a life stealer. You know,
oh
I've got
yeah,
Scotty
Lich
on
carry
him,
is so annoying to play against late
It's
game.
fun.
Does he still have the talent that's basically Scotty?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 30% MS attack. It's attack slow and move speed slow at level 25, and they moved his. They used to be 150 damage at 20, and now it's 120 at 15.
Oh, okay.
So it's even crazier now.
Yeah, it's still pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyways, Gotard, thank you so much for coming
Yeah.
on this week,
Yeah,
accepting
man.
to do
Thanks
it.
for hosting me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Have a good luck for the rest of the season. Like I said, we only
Thank you,
got
man.
2 weeks left to make
Yeah.
that
I'm
playoff
hoping
run.
to squeak into playoffs and go from there. I'm hoping we can kind of keep the momentum going.
Yeah. I mean, you guys went 1-1 versus Skip this week. I think Skip's got a solid team, so you guys are
Yeah.
looking pretty strong going into these last
Yep.
few weeks.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get there all the way.
Yeah.
It's nice though because we had the nice 2-0 on a really hard opponent, bye. So I'm really glad we beat bye because bye week was my toughest battle yet, I think.
Yeah,
So
you
I'm
just can't
glad that helped
stand not playing Dota.
All right, man.
Yeah. Any like final shout outs you want to give out?
Shout out to Red and Onegu, man. They're my boys. Shout out to my team. But yeah, thank you, especially to Red and Onegu. They keep me a little bit sane. Captaining can be pretty frustrating, but those dudes,
right.
I'm sure you know what I mean. But they keep
Oh
me
yeah,
down,
for
so.
sure. All right.
All right, man.
Thanks, Gotard. I'll see
Yeah.
you, and maybe we play each other at some point. We'll see.
There you go. I'll catch you later, man.
Yep.
All right, bye.